Hi, my name is Atira Sofia. Colonialism as a system of political and economic domination has left a profound impact on the development of nations worldwide, including Malaysia. In the Malaysian context, colonialism refers to the period of foreign domination primarily by the British, which shaped by the national politics, economy and social structure. By 1957, after decades of colonial rule, Malaysia, then known as the Federation of Malaysia, achieved an independence, marking a significant turning point on its history. Furthermore, by understanding colonialism in Malaysia involved examining the mechanism of control, the exploitation of resource and the lasting effect on the governance and societal organization which continue to influence the newly independent nation.
Okay. What is economic impact? Economic impact is the term used to describe how an event, choice, or policy affect the economies, especially GDP, employment, inflation, and economic growth. It may be short-term or long-term, beneficial or negative. Since gaining independence in 1957, Malaysia has been witnessed remarkable economic growth, evolving from an agriculture-dominated economy to a diversified economy with strong manufacturing and service sector. Next is lack of local development. Lack of local development in economic impact refers to a situation where economic growth does not bring tangible benefit to local communities. This may show up as social inequality, infrastructure and service neglect, limited employment creation for local and others. Since independence, the economy has grown significantly, but local economic development has not kept pace because first is the strong reliance on foreign investment and export-oriented industry. Local business, especially small and medium enterprise, has limited options. Second is the uneven distribution of wealth and development has led to regional disparities with certain areas, especially rural areas lagging behind in infrastructure, education, and employment opportunity. Last is bureaucratic obstacles and difficulties in creation local value chains impede the expansion of regional industry. So, for example, of lack of local development in Malaysia, while rural areas, particularly in Sabah and Sarawak, often lack basic infrastructure, healthcare, and high-quality education opportunity. Major cities such as Kuala Lumpur and Penang have experienced rapid economic growth. Next is economic dependency. It occurs when country economy relies heavily on another country for trade, investment, or financial supports. This may result in a situation where the policy or choice made by the dominating country limit the economic growth and development of the dependency country. Since independence, through its economy has grown significantly. First, it is susceptible to external economic shock because of it relies on international market, technology, and investments. In industry, like manufacturing and agriculture, where foreign corporations frequently control the value chains. Second, Malaysia is vulnerable to change in the world economy because of its reliance on export-oriented growth. The nation has put measures in place to diversify its economy, support domestic business, and advance technology capability in an effort to lessen this reliance. So, last, obstacles like bureaucratic red tape, infrastructure development, and human capital development still stand in the way of attempting to become more economically independent. For example, of Malaysia economic dependency is it relies on the export of commodities like palm oil and natural gas. Despite having made a substantial contribution to the nation's economic expansion, these commodities are vulnerable to change in demand and worldwide price swing.
My name is Nur Zulaika. Now, let's take a look at the impact of colonialism in terms of social impact. First thing first is social stratification and inequality. It is a social structure based on economic exploitation, unequal access to resources, and ethnic division was established during more than a century British colonial era. In this case, the establishment of NEP impact ethnic division in Malaysian society. Their goal is to removing racial association with economic function and reducing poverty in the Malay community that are benefits a lot from the policy. This included government contracts, business opportunity, and scholarship that are frequently rejected to other groups. This will cause dissatisfaction, particularly among the Chinese community, who believe that the policy ignores their economic contribution and prioritizes the Malays unfairly. Even though NEP was successful in lowering poverty, the policy made ethnic rivalry and division worse. The NEP also maintains the idea of ethnic-based rights, according to which each group is entitled to benefits because of their race. Now, let's move to the cultural changes and identity. The social structure, cultural identity, and group identity of those who had been ruled by foreign power were powerfully and permanently impacted by colonialism. As we know, there are three main ethnic groups in Malaysia, which is Malay, Chinese, and Indian. They had unique religious, cultural, and language tradition, also their history that were influenced by various aspects of British colonialism. As we know, English became the main language of the elite during British colonial rule and was used in business, government, and education. So, the language policies have had a deeper social impact by influencing the educational opportunities and social mobility of various ethnic groups. Also, the cultural hybridity has been a defining feature of post-colonial Malaysia. A unique cultural landscape has been created because of the interactions between the native Malay culture, Chinese customs, Indian influence, and Western elements. But sometimes, it will cause conflict with non-Malay groups who believe that their cultural identities were being ignored. Ethnic minorities felt that the dominant Malay culture was replacing their culture, practice, and identities. So, this can be an impact during the colonialism era.
Okay, next point is 2.3 is political impact. First is change in governance based on John Rebel analysis of the phase of the Malay economy. First, colonial export economy. Second, war and independence. Next is industrialization. The study examines the transformation of the Malay Peninsula, particularly the west coast region of Perak, Selangor, and Negeri Sembilan. This region witnessed rapid development, thrived by a booming export trade, which attract foreign investment, infrastructure development, and the influx of migrant labor. Okay, next is rise of nationalism and independent movement. Explore the impact of British colonial rule in Malaya, focusing on the political and economic changes. It discussed the rise of the new democracy in the 1930, where nationalists pushed for a political agenda of memalayakan tanah Melayu. While British colonization led to the loss of power for Malay rulers and chiefs, it also followed economic growth through the rise of industry like tin mining and rubber production. The introduction of a capitalist system reshaped Malayan economy, but the benefit were mainly for the colonizers, not the local population. It will highlight both the positive and negative effect of British rule on Malaya development.
Colonialism, environmental impact in Malaysia. Colonialism left a lasting mark on Malaysia's environment, particularly through resource exploitation and unsustainable land use practices. One of the key examples is the tin mining boom during British colonization, especially in the Kinta Valley. Hydraulic mining led to large-scale deforestation, soil erosion, and water contamination. It didn't just harm the environment, it also disrupted local communities and their traditional livelihoods. Another significant example is the establishment of rubber plantations in Perak and Selangor. Vast rainforests were cleared, causing deforestation and biodiversity loss. Moreover, the use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides polluted water sources and damaged ecosystems. These colonial practices have left a legacy of environmental challenges such as water pollution and soil erosion. However, Malaysia has made remarkable strides in addressing these issues through reforestation and sustainable practices. Recognizing this history helps us learn valuable lessons as we work toward a more sustainable and equitable future for our country. Colonialism impact on Malaysia biodiversity. Colonialism has had a profound and lasting impact on Malaysia biodiversity. During British rule, vast areas of rainforests were cleared for rubber and tin industries. This deforestation caused habitat fragmentation, driving many species like the Malayan tiger to the brink of extinction. Colonial powers also introduced invasive species, further harming Malaysia ecosystems. For example, Nile tilapia disrupted native fish populations, while Mimosa pigra spread across wetlands, displacing native flora and damaging habitats. Today, we still face challenges like habitat loss, overexploitation, and climate change. However, Malaysia has made progress in conservation, collaborating with indigenous communities and acknowledging the historical roots of these issues is crucial to protecting our unique biodiversity for future generations. Understanding this history is not just about looking back, it's about using those lessons to ensure a sustainable and thriving natural environment moving forward. Hi, my name is Nur Atira binti Badrul Hisham, 2023-1766-16777.
Okay, the conclusion is the long-term impact of British colonialism on the social, economic and political development of Malaysia during British rule. Malaysia transformed into a plantation economy depends on rubber, tin and other resources. It attract large number of Chinese and Indian immigrants who shape the country's ethnic diversity. While colonial infrastructure such as railway and port were developed, they primarily served British interests, depends social inequality and ethnic division. Political indirect British rule strained local elites, creating tension that fueled the independence movement.